So, just a quick little bonus message from me here at the end of the series. Obviously, we opened by looking at the 2012 or even pre-2012 philosophies by the developers about what they wanted Dungeons to be. Hopefully, the series has been a good demonstration of where that bar is for now in 2019. But the thing is, as much as I say till I'm blue in the face, hey, there's a lot of power creep, hey, break bars have changed things, hey, condition damage and vulnerability stacking and might access and fury access and quickness access and all these other things have changed over the years. Despite all of that, as much as I can say, I can't really show to you the difference. There is kind of two levels to this. One side is where the devs fundamentally just didn't hit their own bars. Like, for example, that Dungeons & Dragons, let's vote and have lots of random events that can trigger all the time. Clearly, they didn't hit that bar. No matter what the game balance is, Honor of the Waves is 3 pretty static paths with some bonus dynamic events that are always the same with the ice totems that you'll always skip in the same way. The dungeon rewards are set up such that every day you'll do all 3 paths. It won't be like each time you go in you have a different adventure every time you log in. You're basically going to be on a static rotation. These things, no matter what the balance of the game will be like, they are failure points for the devs, without a doubt, unfortunately. Now, you can say that it's not a crisis if they failed to meet their ambitions. All they really have to do is match the other MMOs, I suppose. But that's a slightly different discussion. The other thing, though, are matters of balance. And I can show you the 2019 stuff, but maybe it is worth pointing out, when the game's a bit more balanced, how much better things are. You know, what if, instead of it being 2019... and we're all level 80, and we're all in good gear, and we all understand the game. What if it's 2012, and we're all the recommended level? So we're back to that original balance, and we're actually tackling Azcon Catacombs at exactly 35, in the gear that's available at 35, which isn't even rare at that point. It's only greens, I think, is the highest you can get at 35. I think rares start a little bit later than that, maybe? Or maybe rares just start here at this point. What if it's that? Well, that does tell a bit of a different story. Encounters like the Mega Destroyer in CoE, suddenly you're not burning out in one phase. You've got to be much more careful about the Spider Queen and stuff. And of course, that means that some engagements are like ludicrously bloated to be even more difficult. But a lot of the low bar engagements are actually now a lot more fun. So, how can I show you that? Well, I can't really. Not now, with the perspective and expertise I now have with the video production understanding I now have. However, it is important to note that way back in 2012, I did attempt a version of this complete playlist you've now just watched, where I went into the dungeons, and the idea was to do dedicated guides as we went through. But I never finished the series. I can't remember why I never finished it. Perhaps I ended up prioritizing other things. Maybe by the time I got to this idea of a series, the devs were already moving on. We were looking at Living World Season 1 and some of the latest stuff, which I really hope you guys will be seeing very soon. You know, that should be the next playlist you go to. If you've just watched the core Let's Play, now you've seen the dungeons, which is kind of a bonus tack on. Next in the list is Living World. So back then, I never really finished this series that I tried, but I do have a couple of videos. I did them co-commentary with an old friend that I used to do many videos with. We went through the game and did all the jumping puzzles together. And so if you are curious, I do recommend you go check that out. This playlist will now transition into those videos. They're really old, and it's Ascalon Catacombs. My hot take and understanding of those paths from way back when. I don't think the videos were very well viewed. And I don't think I necessarily enjoyed making them too much or whatever, because obviously I stopped doing them. But now, looking back, they might be really fun. And definitely, if you guys here in 2019 have just finished the Dungeon series and you're watching in playlist mode and then you go to them, leave me comments. Seriously, leave me comments. I want to see what you think, comparing this brand spanking new series I just made compared to some of my anecdotes from back then. I haven't watched the videos myself and reviewed them since, so maybe there's some really amazing things I say there that totally contradict some of the points I've been trying to make here in 2019, and that could be fun to see. So yeah, I think it's 3 videos, maybe one for each AC path. Maybe I tried to bundle them together. We'll have to see. And so yeah, that's just a little bit of a bonus. So just to recap for the broad series right now, we've just had the main Guild Wars 2 Let's Play. There are 2 supplementary playlists for that. One is the Dungeon playlist, which you're currently watching. The other is the Jumping Puzzle playlist, which, again, I produced way back when. Next, if you're not interested in these super old ones, make sure you keep an eye out for the Living World Season 1 videos. That's where you go next. We play through Season 1, then we go to Season 2, and beyond. And so, yeah, that's the idea. Again, thanks very much for watching the Dungeon series, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you as the playlists continue.